Now I bet it starts working. One more try. Hey, it took 4 tries this time. Welcome everybody to the first Board of Public Works and Safety meeting for 2025. It is January 9th and it is 11 o'clock. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes of the previous meeting? If so, entertain any motions related to.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
And I'll second it.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify with aye.
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 Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. No public hearings, no old business. Jump straight into new business. Residential handicap parking space renewals. Space renewals. Depends on how you want to word it, I guess. We've got James Highland, who happens to live at 309 South Broadway Street here in Seymour. Signatures here from his doctor. Everything appears to be in order. Jane and I talked the other day, and what was it, Jane? 4? I think we've got 3 left after this one. So,
He's had it before.
he's had it before, and everything is in order for a renewal.
I'd make a motion to renew that parking space.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify with aye.
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 Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next up. Oh, I remember this one from last year.
Helados.
Helados, Don Pedro,
Why'd you say it so fast?
because it was going to sound better than if I didn't. And I want to add an N to it. There's not an N in there. Would like to renew their food truck. They are located at 323 West Laurel Street. Let's see. They do have ice cream and or frozen novelties. I'm sorry, the handwriting's a little tough. Let's flip to the back pages. Insurance, check. Board of Health, check. Driver's license, check. Picture of the ice cream truck, check. The 3 people that drive it, all their licenses and their retail merchant certificate all appear to be in order. Anyone got any phone calls on complaints on this one? Not hearing anything. Questions?
With that being the case, I'll make a motion to renew Don Pedro's
Second.
renewal.
You left off the first name.
Yeah.
Motion and the
I
second
can't say it that fast. I'm a
to
slow talker.
renew Helados, Don Pedro's. I still don't know if I'm saying it right. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I guess the one thing I left out is they do not sell alcohol.
Can we revoke it?
Can you even do that in the truck?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Let's not try to find out. How's that
No.
sound? Parks and Recreation Department, Crossroads Rental. Who wants to talk about this one? Emily? Step right up, young lady. Tell us all about it.
All right. I have 2 reservations. The first one is Outreach Ministries of Seymour. They would like to reserve Crossroads May 10th from 3 to 11 for a worship and prayer service. They will also be providing free meals for the community. They do have their certificate of insurance provided. And that's most of the information that I have.
Want to do it separately?
They've done this before too, I think, haven't they?
So Crossroads, they have not, but we have worked with them at many of our other parks.
Okay.
Are they wanting the fee waived since they're a nonprofit, or are they?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do them separate then,
Okay.
for that purpose.
Everything seems to be in place. I'll make a motion to allow the Outreach Ministries to operate during those dates and times.
Second.
All those in favor of allowing the operation signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Now, would we like to waive the fee for them is the next question. They are a nonprofit. They are serving free meals around the community.
I don't have a problem waiving the fee for those. I'd make a motion to do that.
Second.
Motion and second to waive the fee for them. All those in favor signify with aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. There's that one. Next.
Second one, Shelby Eggers with Schneck Foundation would like to reserve Crossroads on August 1st from 11 to 1. That's for their annual Thanks a Bunch lunch to honor their volunteers and donors. This is annual. They have done it the last several years. And she has already paid for the reservation.
Okay.
They're not for profit, you don't.
They are.
Sorry,
So-
I had to do the wrong thing.
They've always wanted to pay that.
I think they like sport.
I don't need to sign that. Oh, down here. No, yeah.
I'll make a motion to allow Schneck Foundation to operate during the dates and times.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Anything else, Miss?
We're good, thank you.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Emily while we got her?
She's getting so much better at that, isn't she?
She is.
Huh?
I'm still
You just
picking
walked
on her,
up
but
there
she
like
is
you
doing
own the
much
place.
better.
Huh? Now she's blushing a little, but
Probably. Next up, we have a policy update. You've got it in your packet. Sorry, my stuff's stuck together.
My packet.
Okay, I've got it in my packet.
there you go.
It's also on the drive as well. Chris, you want to talk about this a little bit so that the legal sense makes sense?
Sure, I was approached with a request, to look into whether the city's social media pages are legally permitted to disable comments. And my answer to that, the short answer is yes, but there's some caveats that go along with that. There's some legally required information that the city would need to post on its social media sites, basically stating that the site is for information purposes only. It's not a traditional public forum. Comments aren't accepted. And
You have to publish that with every post or just once?
as long as it's listed on the page itself prominently, it does not have to be included in every post that's made.
Okay.
It would be in the about information.
So like when you look at a profile, they've got a little
Yep.
blurb on the left side, or even I think there's like an area at the top of the page that could be edited to include that disclosure. And then in developing that statement for social media sites, I went ahead and put together a policy, a city department-wide policy regarding social media. Departments would have to follow a certain procedure to either start or continue to maintain their own social media pages. I know the police department has a page, DPW has a page, Parks has a page. So this policy would apply evenly across the board for all departments. And it's essentially just kind of covering the city's rear liability-wise, but it is permissible to disable comments. And there's a section here where pages can opt to specifically solicit comments from the public. If they're, for example, Parks Department's doing some sort of survey and they want public input on equipment they want to see at Geyser, they could solicit comments specifically.
Is that something you have to turn off and on?
Every
needed?
post, would need to manually go in, and whomever's making the post would need to disable comments. And if in the event that is forgotten, the policy of no commenting still stands.
Okay.
But
So if you can forget it, you can go back in and do it. Yeah. Have all the department heads seen this yet? Are they familiar?
We've discussed it, yes.
Okay.
But and there is a section on personal use by employees. kind of encouraging employees to conduct themselves on social media in a manner that is consistent with,
On their personal page.
yes, on their personal page. It's just a suggestion. It's not the city mandating
Right.
how they use their personal pages. It's just a suggestion.
And this is to avoid anything in the future? Is this something that will, I mean, what precipitated the policy change? I guess is where I'm coming from.
January, you wanna chime in on that one, or you want me to take it?
I think I know the answer to that.
We've decided with just the climate of the community, and it's not just our community. Columbus has a Facebook profile. They do not allow comments.
Okay.
I did some research under the direction of the mayor. Brownstown, the town of Brownstown, they do have a page. They do allow comments, but they don't post nearly as much as we do. Crothersville has a page. They do allow comments right now. Medora does not have a page. Jackson County does not have a page. So we decided with the climate that this would prevent those keyboard warriors, some of the blatant lies and mistruth that spread. This would help with that. People can still have the opportunity to message us. They can call us. They can email us. They can come into City Hall or any of the other buildings to discuss their concerns. So there are many other ways than just leaving a comment that might not even be seen on Facebook or any other social media.
Well, and I've seen it many times. It put out information, and it's for information.
If they
And
have
it just-
questions, like I said, we still have the capability. They can message us with a private message that we can answer.
I mean,
Are we
it just
gonna still get
explodes into a war, a battle.
Are we going to get some hate messages? Probably, but no one else is seeing those. I don't think the comments serve us as city government or the community as a whole. I think it just ignites things that it doesn't have to do that.
Okay.
And also, I think other cities are probably, I'm not even sure Indianapolis allows comments or anything. So I think there are communities that are saying, hey, we can turn it off. It would be better if we could turn them off just with one click of the button, it turns them all off, but Facebook does not allow that right now. So you have to turn each comment off as you post it.
Each post off.
Yeah, you have to turn off the comments on each individual post. If one happens to get through, you can go back and turn off the comments. I've been in contact with Columbus, and that's how they do it. They'll miss one occasionally and just have to go back in manually and do it again.
Okay.
And also, if you're scheduling a post, right now Facebook doesn't have where you can turn them off as you schedule. So you have to remember that you schedule the post, and when it posts, you have to go back in and turn it off. Now, I've told the department that I can monitor that very closely, and if something's missed, I'll go in there and turn it off. So.
Can the city be tagged in anybody's post?
You can turn off tags. I don't necessarily recommend that we turn off tags because, like, say, Parks and Rec, people share that information and tag it so it gets, the information we want to get out gets spread widely. So I don't necessarily right now recommend that we turn off tags.
Other questions, thoughts, comments?
Jane out
Someone
there.
call him Jane.
Oh, Jane,
Several months ago.
please step to the podium and tell us your name.
I do have one other thing.
Talk quick, Jane's walking.
Trying to avoid that.
It was brought up, well, we get a lot of praise too. We're not allowing the praise. You will still be able to like or thumbs down or hate or laugh or cry. You can still do those responses. You just can't leave a comment.
I did reach out several months ago to the municipal list of both the mayor's assistants and the municipalities to kind of get their take on it. And it was sort of probably split right down the middle that probably half of them don't allow comments, half do, but the majority of them were struggling with the same things we're struggling with, and we're all pretty much in the same boat. So I don't know if that helps or not, but
So more than likely, they're gonna be doing some changes also.
absolutely.
I mean, okay.
I think you will see more communities move
Yeah.
and turn them off.
Yeah.
Well, and I think you hit the key, Chris probably hit the key, informational posts, or for information. If you're requesting feedback, you leave the comments on for those posts. I mean, to me, that kind of sums the whole thing up in a very short version of
Hey,
it.
you can do that each time.
Yeah.
You
So,
have to do it each time.
And I think also with this most recent snow event, there was some potentially,
you stole my paper.
safety concerns with some misinformation or being circulated that wasn't necessarily accurate or beneficial to the public. So that would also kind of cut down on that.
I like it.
Do we need a motion I'll make a motion to accept the policy update.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second for the social media policy update. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next up, we have the agreement of the welcome sign. We do this every year, folks. Jane, any major changes?
No.
Darren, did you look at the number on it yet?
No, I haven't.
Annual service rate, $6,000. Any
Sounds
additional? Sounds about
normal,
normal, yeah.
Is that similar?
Not to exceed 16,000, which I think I remember from a few years ago. Anything outside that general service is $45 an hour. So,
But they gotta get direction from us to do that, though, right?
Yes.
They don't just.
yeah, they don't go on their own will. Well, I mean, they maintain at their own will, but.
Who's the contractor on it?
Let's see, Innovative Stage Solutions LLC. They're out of North Vernon. You got somebody else you want to bid on it next year?
No, I just wanted to see if it was the same as it was.
Same as it has been. Yep.
And they're okay, and they've done a good job, I think, haven't they?
They have. We've had a few issues over the years, but
They'll take care of it.
nothing, that I would lose sleep over. They always seem to get it resolved.
Obviously, they can't make it rain and look good in August, but I'd make a motion to renew it.
Second.
Motion and a second to renew. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay. That one just takes my signature, so. Bernie Hausberger, City Engineer, tell us all about it.
Okay, good morning. I was gonna go into great detail about the Second Street project, but I'll just give you the short end of it. I figured since it's a new year, just wanted to make sure everybody's aware of what's gonna happen in there. We have obviously little going on right now. We have, still some utilities being relocated, I think, as part of the, kind of out of our way, but obviously there's no construction going on. But, this is the gas company. We're supposed to be there this week. They got delayed, so they pushed to next week. So you will see some activity out there, most likely next week. But I just wanted to mention that there are going to start signals on on Walnut and Chestnut Streets. Those will be starting into March. So that's one of the first things they're going to try to get up and running as new signals. And then the main thing I wanted to mention was Community Drive will be closed this summer. So, or at least in phase, it's going to be a mess through there this summer. So make sure that we kind of plan around that. And if there's an event coming up, let us know. We'll try to find out what we can do for it.
The whole community, is it sectioned off, or will you go so far, or?
Sometimes it'll be closed.
Okay.
Sometimes, we'll still have a way to get one direction or the other, but it's definitely going to be a trick. So we'll try to keep that posted. That's going to be our biggest challenge, is make sure people know about it. And then, again, we're still full open by Oktoberfest, so that's the goal.
Okay. On that light upgrade, those are the ones that sense from above, right? They're not the.
Yeah, that'll be
loops.
similar to what we have out at 4th and Burkhart right now. I've been really happy with that.
Okay.
It's picking up traffic as it's coming over the bridge, and it's trying to be as smart as possible in changing the signals back and forth.
Thanks, Bernie.
When you say open by Oktoberfest, is that Second Street or that intersection?
2nd Street, all
Done?
done.
Really?
It's always
Hoping,
good.
we're hoping.
They don't have to have it done by then, right?
Targeting.
It's scheduled longer than that.
Targeting might be a good word there.
Targeting, yeah, if we
Chad.
have monsoon
Right, I get that.
world,
Good
this
work.
summer, it's not good.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Bernie. Mr. Bose?
A couple sewer adjustments. First one is Amanda Stidham, 917 North Pine, broken water line under the house. Have attached documentation, saw where the spike in the water was, and has since returned to normal. Looking for a credit of $111.03.
Not what ours says.
What?
This says 7137.
Yeah.
Not a big deal, but.
Yeah,
that's just-
7137, that's
Okay.
right. I was looking at the top line. My bad. The next one, Somnath Hospitality LLC,
Say fast, and nobody
Yeah.
will pick up on it.
207 North Sandy Creek Drive. You guys are probably familiar with that address.
I recognize that address.
Had a leak in their crawl space, and, it appeared to be legitimate. Saw the big spike, 1 month in water usage, and it dropped right back down. So, that being said, he's looking for a credit of $1,762.29. All of them meet the criteria, so I would ask that you approve the adjustments.
I'll make a motion to approve them.
Second.
Motion and second to approve. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those
They
opposed?
do, you might have more after the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Anything else, Mr. Bose?
I don't believe so, sir.
Okay, I'll start through my miscellaneous list. I've got a signature only. This one was for a roofing contractor in the heart of beautiful downtown Seymour. They should be done by the end of business today. I don't know if any of you saw, they're working on the roof of 120 West 2nd Street. If you were not aware, they make 70-foot extension ladders. Pretty confident there's things I don't want to climb in my life.
They
That
were
would be
working on
one
it
of them.
at 6 o'clock last night, too.
Yeah, so they're working hard, but that one came in after the last meeting, before this meeting, and needed it done, so that is just for signatures only. It's already been voted on and approved. Next up, we already approved for them to be at Crossroads Community Park in, was it May? Yeah, May 10th. So they would also like to renew their food truck license. OMS Ministries, Kevin Maxwell, 225 Mulberry Street. They do sandwiches, french fries, soups, rice, yada, yada, yada. They give everything away, but everything is here for them to renew their food truck license.
I'll make a motion to, renew their license.
Second.
Motion and second to approve food truck license. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Question, will we be waiving that fee as well for them? We did last year.
It's up to the board. What's your prerogative, gentlemen? You want to waive their fee?
They always give food away?
So, yeah, what they do is, like, they've been to Casting, they've been to Shields, now they're going to Crossroads, but they will pull up and they'll have 200, 250 meals. They try to target areas that they think maybe food insecurities are higher. So they will pull up, though, and donate. Whoever walks up, they'll give them food. Give them a meal or two. They've done it down in Medora, Brownstown, I think, Crothersville. So
I think that's outstanding. I'd make a motion to waive the fees.
I'll second that.
motion and a second to waive the food truck fee. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. There you go, Mel. Next up, the roadblock that I'm thinking about. United Way, and I'm getting ready to say the wrong person. The roadblock for Special Olympics that was scheduled for tomorrow, with some great support from the fire department with Sparky, and United Way with what is his name, Jaxie? Sammy the Owl was going to be there, and the Easter Bunny or somebody else was going to be there. I heard there was going to be one for each corner, but with the snow and the incoming snow, they've asked if that can be pushed back 1 week.
I think it should be.
Yeah, I think for safety purposes, it's a great idea to move it back a week. So I'm just hoping it doesn't really actually need 2 weeks, so, but we just need to make a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second to move the roadblock back 1 week. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Well, since we've been talking about United Way, I hear Miss Macy is here to ask for something. So step on up and tell us all about it.
Macy Barley with Jackson County United Way, asking for a fee to be waived for signage for our new location. We moved from 113 North Chestnut to 209 East 2nd Street. So yeah, the nonprofit fee.
What kind of sign are you doing?
So Celery is actually measuring today to see what will appropriately fit there.
Okay.
And then I can get that information to Jeremy, but
It's gonna be up on the top, above the window though?
above the window.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I was making sure, is
Yes.
it wasn't just a window.
Which building is that?
It's between CrossFit and Crave Nutrition.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Where the Revive Wellness was or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with waiving the permit fee for that, so I'll make a motion to waive the permit fee.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second to waive United Way's sign permit fee. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Last thing, let me do miscellaneous from around the crowd. I'll save mine to the very last. Anybody from the crowd have something? Anything? Going once? Going twice? You're not part of the crowd.
I know.
Oh, gee.
Bernie?
Are you gonna mention anything about snow removal in your comment?
I was, but I was waiting until the very end to do that one.
Then go ahead.
Okay, Chris.
I reviewed that food truck, license renewal, and I've got some questions I'd like to raise with the board.
Okay.
The
Our
one that
ord-
we just approved?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I know I'm a little late. Our ordinance requires a valid Indiana driver's license be submitted by the applicant. And one driver's license, one learner's permit, and a consulate card were submitted. However, both the learner's permit and the driver's license that were included are expired. The learner's permit just expired December 27th, so it's kind of in that window that folks have to renew. The driver's license of an employee that was submitted expired in May of 2024. So that's outside that renewal window, and the applicant himself technically did not submit a valid Indiana driver's license as required by our ordinance.
So is that the, Don Pedro?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, now that I have new things to look for when I flip through and go, there's a colorful picture.
So can we revoke that by a vote?
I would say we revoke and or turn it into pending a valid license from the applicant. So I know, was it last year, that was the one, or 2 years ago, they had a health permit issue, and then they got that resolved, so they got reinstated, right? Okay.
So can we revoke and have them reapply, or revoke until we receive new information, or what would be the best way to do it?
Whichever way you want to go with it.
What's
I
past
think,
practice?
I think we ought to revoke it and then have them reapply with, as long as the credentials are all meet, what they need to be, is oversight on our behalf or whatever, but,
I agree.
I will make a motion to revoke, the permit that we just renewed, pending, let's revoke
Revoke.
it.
They have to
Vote,
reapply.
and then they can,
They'll have to reapply then.
I'll second that.
Yeah.
motion and a second to revoke. I'm not even gonna try to say it again.
Don Pedro.
All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Okay. Mel, you making that phone call? Okay. Anything else from the board before I go into my last topic? And or Chris?
No, I'm good.
Not me.
I want to, just enter on the record that we did a email vote for trash truck lease for Chad, and that
good
was
point.
approved unanimously by the board, so. I'll let that.
A reminder, I won't be here next meeting.
Purchase or lease?
It's a lease.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up, because
Yep.
Are we still, Brad won't be here next
I will
meeting?
not be here next meeting.
I'll be here. Are we still on for the hearing, Chris?
Yes, sir, on the
Okay.
23rd,
That'll be after our meeting or
Yes, sir.
during it or?
after. I think we've scheduled it for noon.
Okay.
Okay, well, if there's nothing else, before I adjourn, slow down, Brad. I want to give a blueberry to the snow crew.
Yeah.
And when I say that, all the snow crew. DPW typically gets the first nod because it's kind of your baby in the big picture. But I've had people catch me at the post office. I've had people catch me, Anchor House, the guy said something yesterday. I've got a couple random texts or emails. But then to add on top of that, this year has been an exceptional snow, or this last one was. And shout out to Park and Rec and WPC for really stepping into the game and going, okay, here's where we can help. I'm going to say there was some volunteering and there was some voluntolding, but it all worked out in the good. So thank you to everybody that has worked on snow the last week, except Jeremy, who only shoveled his driveway. You hadn't said a word about your back a minute ago. I'd have never remembered to do that to you. But no, seriously, you guys have done a phenomenal job. Yes, we still get some random complaints. We've changed a few things internally on how we track incoming calls and emails and stuff. I went back and reviewed those yesterday and had to chuckle because 3/4 of them were snow. So I can't help narrow it down yet because all I've got snow to look at. But you guys have done a phenomenal job. So thank you for all you've done so far, with 2 to 4 more coming.
You'll take the complaining on snow though compared to other complaints, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Okay, all right.
it's
I
part
just
of the puzzle.
Trying to make it clear there.
Well, no, and I mean, some of them. One of them yesterday, 3 was that 3 or 4 yesterday on that one street?
Several, yes.
One of them yesterday, I ended up on the phone with the guy so he could help me understand what he was trying to say. Because the way the 3 were coming in, I wasn't clear what the problem was. I understood what the complaint was, but it wasn't making sense. After the fact, we got it sorted out. DPW, I believe it was, I don't think Park went and did that one, got out there and actually solved the problem, and we got a thank you from them 20 minutes after DPW left.
Good.
So you guys have been really responsive and done a spectacular job. So
What supposed to get tomorrow? 4 or 3 or 4?
2 to 5, I thought.
somewhere between 1 and 144.
Deal.
So if there's nothing else, I'll entertain motions to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Meeting adjourned, folks. Enjoy your
Nope.
day.